about actually just today, because I mean, do we really think about like how we value our relationships, how we value our partners? How frequently do we do that? But if you are in a place now in your life where, or in your relationship where, you know, you feel burnt out, you feel exhausted, you feel tired, you don't really think that it's worth it, or whatever it is that you might be feeling, you might have lost your vision for what that particular relationship is valued. And I wrote down, check the scale. How much do you value the person? Number one. And then how much do you value the connection that the two of you have? And when you think about the person, when you think about the individual, are they instrumental in your life and in your future? Meaning, were they in a place where they actually supported you to the point where you are now? And can you actually envision them continually being consistent to continue to be instrumental in your future? Okay, ask yourself those questions. That's how you can check the scale. And then it's, as far as the connection, I wrote down, how has this connection impacted your life? And I know this other part you may not, yeah, it was rough. But again, be honest with yourself and them. Has the relationship lost its value? Tough question, right? If it's lost its value, then are you collectively willing to do the work to identify the value in the relationship? Because maybe just maybe, that relationship has fulfilled its purpose. You guys know reason or season, right? I mean, that's still a reality. I'm a proponent for identifying how people are meant to be in my life. I'm a nitpicker when it comes to relationships. I don't just call any and everybody my best friend. You got one, I got one little spot in my life for a best friend, because not too many people can get access to not just who I am, but who God is making me to be, right? It's a difference. Who I think I am and who God is making me to be is two separate entities. So I have to value myself and who I am becoming every single day enough to ensure that the people that I'm allowing in my life are going to value that which God is making me to be. And not everybody can see that. Not everybody can respect that. Not everybody can handle that. So being very mindful when it comes to seasonal situations, like moving from job to job. You're going to meet a lot of different people, and a lot of people that you're going to mesh with, that you talk to every day, obviously, because you work with them Monday through Friday. You might meet up with them for happy hour. You might really connect with them. And so you might think that because y'all can talk about work things and some personal things that you get the access of family. Well, I don't do that. Okay. I respect these individuals that I meet with at work, and some people end up taking up space in my life, and I love it and I appreciate it, and it makes me better, and I want to pour into them just as much as they pour into me. And that makes me want to give them space in my life. I want to give them space in my life. It's a gift. It's a gift to have space in my life, just as much as I know it's a gift. It would be a gift from their perspective as well. I'm a gift. Okay. So if I'm valuing myself, then I want to also value the people that I let into my life. And so if I'm burnt out in a relationship because you probably are draining me, or the purpose has been fulfilled, I'm starting to see smoke at this point. Like there's nothing here. There's nothing to fight for. There's nothing to vie for. It's time to walk away. It's time to let that thing go. There's a lot of different conversations. There's a lot of different types of conversations you need to have with yourself when it comes to valuing. It's not necessarily something that you talk to the other individual. This is about how you value yourself, how you value that individual, and then how you value the connection that you've built. Is it something that's worth fighting for? Because if the value is high enough, you might come to them and say, and be honest at this point, and say that, you know what, it seems like we're going in a different direction, or it seems like something is off, and maybe there's a mutual feeling that if that person values you enough to give them or give you their truth, then they open up as well. So again, in this situation, is doing the work, but it's mostly for you to take the time to think about how to checking the scale, number one, but how to determine whether this person is actually being instrumental and really adding to you continually. If they're now starting to pull from you, I mean, the proof is right there in the pudding. If they're pulling from you and draining you and not adding to you anymore, hard conversations, yes, to get to the point where you have to let somebody know, I don't know, it just seems like the dynamic of our friendship has changed. And maybe you're not in a place where you feel comfortable going to them and having that conversation. Then we're going to get to this, but we're talking about boundaries. Sometimes you got to start putting boundaries in place just to begin to ward off the negative image of that connection, because all it's doing is causing you to feel stressed and strained, and only we can protect ourselves. Nobody can protect us. It's other than God. No one else can protect us like we can. So if you recognize those things, you got to identify it, and you got to actually do something about it. Not just say, well, eventually if I just ignore them. That's an immature way to approach it and respond. And I've been there, honestly, not in a long time. I don't want to do that anymore because it's a waste of energy. I'm making myself feel bad because now I'm manipulating myself. No, no, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you. If I'm ready to tell you, I'm going to tell you. If I'm not ready to tell you, then you probably going to get a little sliver of my time versus the amount that you used to get. That's what we're doing. And so if you get offended by that, then let's talk about it, because then we can have some honest conversations. Oh, I can go on and on about value, but you got to be fulfilled in any relationship. And if you're starting to feel burnt out in something that is probably pulling from you, tugging from you, stealing from you, robbing you of who you are, robbing you of your purpose, robbing you of your desires, your passion, your energy, your money, your vision, your goals. We're not going to get into the haterade conversation, but think about it and be honest with yourself rather than trying to salvage something that is burnt. It's almost at a crisp. It might be time to let it go. And if you believe that this individual is mature enough to have conversations after you've done your due diligence about what you believe, then have that conversation with them. Otherwise, begin to draw some boundaries in how you interact with that individual. Only you can determine that, because you know how you maneuver in your relationship. The dynamics are different for everybody, right? So check the scale, the value scale of your relationships to determine where they weigh. How are they weighing in your life? Are they weighing you down negatively? Or are they pulling you up?